Go live. Chat.
Hey, Kit.
Hi, Drew.
Krishna.
Oh, Krishna, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, mate. How yourself?
Very good, very good. We've got Krishna here. We've also got Abdul here. So I'm just waiting for... Who else am I waiting for? Simon. I sent it to Simon, but I'm not too sure if he is awake at the moment. So just setting things up right now. Can someone click on the live YouTube link just to make sure it's connected? And what can you see on the screen?
Let me see. Where's the YouTube link?
Okay, if
I'm on it.
you're on it, yeah. If you go to the announcement page and also Telegram, I just forwarded the link there.
Yeah, you're already there.
Okay, good. Because okay, can everyone hear me? Okay. Test 1 2 3. If you can hear me, please type in yes. Close. Yeah. Inigo, how you doing? Great stuff. So people are slowly coming in. I want to just make sure that the latency... Let's just see here. Make sure there are no delays. Because we had some... Okay, so it's ultra low latency. That's fine. So, where are we? Great stuff. So who we got? Ankit, Inigo. Yes, my man, Inigo. Hare Krishna. I hope all is going well. Yes, audio is clear. We've got Abdul. We've got Krishna. Fantastic. Okay, so we'll just wait for the rest to start piling in. Sometimes it's very difficult to get the best time for these live streams, because obviously right now it's 10 a.m. CET time, so this is a good time for people in Europe, but not the best time for people in America, right? Because obviously East Coast, what's time? East Coast is like 3 in the morning. What, West Coast is what, 5 in the morning? No, West Coast is like 1 in the morning or something. So it's very difficult to get the time. But anyway, we are recording this. So ultimately today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a few things. We're going to make a few announcements in terms of changes that's happening regarding the spreadsheet, or in addition to that, also in terms of the skill sets of the people we have within the community. And we're going to touch on some more security education tutorial. And then also we'll do a Q&A just in terms of any questions people may have regarding any projects, and really discussing the next step of what we want to achieve as a community. And we can crack on from here. Okay, so we've got Ankit. Oh, Canberra, cool. Australia, 7 p.m. Wow. So yes, I'm just happy that everyone's aboard. This is a global thing. It's just absolutely phenomenal where we have come from starting this channel literally about 8-9 weeks ago now. We've literally passed about 1,300 or 1,200 or so subscribers. And we have 1,000... What do we have here? Yeah, 1,200 subscribers. We have over 140 members. This is insane. So just a concept, just an idea, just to really show people what we're doing publicly. And there seems to be a massive interest. So I'm happy. The most important thing for me is that people will be able to learn, grasp the information. It's just education, essentially. It's content. What we don't do is we don't shill. What we don't do is we don't do picks, crypto picks. We follow and adhere to a clear system, and this clear system is the checklist, right? So one could be able to take this free checklist. We have a VIP checklist as well, to take this checklist and to use it to help you succeed in the crypto markets. Our aim is not to be a jack. There's a saying in the UK, a jack of all trades is the master of none. Which basically means we don't want to just do everything half-heartedly or 50%. We want to specialize in a key area, and our main area of focus is DeFi, low cap type projects, early stage, auditing, smart contracts. That's our strong skill sets, and we are doing phenomenally well at the moment. So anyway, so right now what I'm going to do is we have some housekeeping. So I have basically connected a Zoom call as well at the same time as doing this YouTube. So hi Billy, hope all is well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this over to Krishna. So he's part of the Patreon group. What I love about our Patreon group, by the way, is people always say, Ken, why are you shilling the Patreon group? Yeah, I'm shilling the Patreon group of $15 a month. Yeah, I'm shilling it because I need to make $15 a month, because if I don't make $15 a month, I'm going to be in trouble. You know, I need to feed my family of $15 a month, right? It was funny because I was talking to Abdul. He's basically from the security side of our project, our company. And we're actually going to do a calculation in terms of the last 8 weeks or so, 7-8 weeks or so, and the type of projects we've entered based on, where is it? Let me pull up the let's just go to quickly. Let's go to the VIP patron. Based on the specific VIP patron group in terms of due diligence and trading opportunities, we're going to do a calculation based on the returns that we have made since the inception from DDS here. DDS we did what, 6x roughly. Walt Finance, that's literally about, we got in about 53 cents Walt Finance. And today Walt Finance is trading at CoinGecko. People are like, oh yeah, I don't believe you can, blah, blah, blah. Listen, we practice what we preach. Walt Finance today is trading at $50 at 15 cents. We got in here at 53 cents. 53 cents, right? So if my maths is amazing, isn't that 100x? So what else did we do? Buried data, 60x, buried data, 60x. This is Oracle. What else did we do? Azuki was in at 15 cents in Azuki. Okay, let's see what Azuki, my baby, I always say my baby Azuki. What's Azuki doing? I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent here because people are saying, oh yeah, what's going on here? What's going on? Listen, Azuki is at, here's Azuki. Azuki's at $1.62 at the moment. Okay, so $1.62 on Azuki. So that's $1.62 on Azuki that we got in. That's my baby. I love Azuki. I love Doki. That's a Japanese NFT. They have a digital machine called Degacha. This personally, not financial advice, but personally, this is probably going to go into $3-4. It's a phenomenal opportunity there. Let's just take a look at what else we have been following according to our due diligence. We don't shill due diligence. We spoke about AlgoVest. AlgoVest is a trading around, we got on about 65 cents. Let's take a look at AlgoVest. AlgoVest is around 54 cents. So it did spike up where we got in, we doubled it in that, but it's basically now trading just below the entry. But obviously, as we always say, if it goes up to double, take your initial capital out. So basically, you have a riskless trade and even take a little bit small profit there. Then we have Ethic DeFi Money. Ethic, this is more of a stable coin. So you're generating money because if you're bonding, let's go down. PNG, we added it to small increments in PNG. PNG is trading about $2 something. We got in around $5, but we added a small amount to that. Now they're looking to do a vote actually with PNG. So I do believe that this is a long-term hold in PNG. Then we said Gambit. Gambit we got in at $4.50 in Gambit. Let's see what Gambit's trading at. I love my Gambit. I'm just doing a very quick overview. $16.40 on Gambit. Okay, so that's like 3x. Let's just see what else quickly. BSC starters. We literally got in at, what was the price on BSC starters? A pre-sale price is $1.50. and then it tested. I think it got to like 33. So this was like a 30x around that. I think it was even got about 40. I think about like $45, right? Let's just see. Does it come up on BSC starter? Yeah, BSC starter. So that's at $16. And BSC starter spiked here, says 33. We got at $1.33. So we took a large chunk of profit off the table already. Guys, the list, ladies and gentlemen, the list goes on. What have we got here? Swirl Cash. Swirl Cash, we got in at 20 cents, around 20 cents. This was the pre-sale, so you had to stake with Vault tokens to be able to have access to the pre-sale. Swirl, my baby Swirl. Swirl Cash. Let's just go here. Swirl Cash. $6.23. Wow. So what is this? You know, this is just 30x, more than 30x, right? On that. So the list goes on, and I just can't keep talking about it. But anyway, let's get back to the focus because I'm just going off on a bit of a tangent here. So the reason, I just want to check here. So we've got here Billy Joe Hi, Maha Hi, what's your thoughts on bundles? Chase, how you doing, Chase? I need Walt, man. Yeah, get Walt. Walt is absolutely flying. We are involved in Walt. We love Walt. John, hi from Dublin. John, how's it going? What's happening with Dublin? I'll be over there actually probably once the pandemic subsides. I love Ireland. And when you get in on that, Chase, Walt got in basically around 53 cents around that price in Walt. So that's about 100x, right? I'm in Gambit. Gambit is flying. So personally with Gambit, this is a huge player. This is about privacy. So I do believe, and one thing I do love about, Gambit is about interest earning stablecoins. I'm just going a bit crazy this morning. Interest earning stablecoins. They'll probably have competitors such as MakerDAO, such as Synthetic. I think there's a phenomenal opportunity. I love the dev of Gambit. That was the dev or existing dev of XVIX, which did over 100x. They are the beta release is coming out basically in about 2 weeks. I think it's on the 12th or something, 12th or 9th or 12th of April. They have the testnet coming out on the 5th or 6th of April, around that time. So I personally believe, not financial advice, do your own research, that Gambit is going to go to the moon. It's going to fly. But listen, do your own research. Now what I'm going to do quickly is what we've been doing is we've been following and adhering to the RUG checklist. And obviously within our Telegram group, we have a private Telegram group. There's been a lot of people that have been saying, listen, can you take a look at this project? Look at this project. So we want to essentially refine the way that people can access the information and then ultimately make it as easy as possible to help them in terms of the flow. Because what we're seeing within the spreadsheet, there are so many different tabs that's been created, and people just essentially just want the one sheet, which is the checklist, and they can fill out a specific project. And what will then happen, this project will then be sent to us. I'm going to pass this over to Krishna, who I basically have on Zoom right now. So Krishna, I don't know if you can be able to share your screen.
Yeah, I think I should be able to.
Okay.
Disable participant screen sharing, so
yes.
Disabled from your side.
Okay, so let me just see here. I've just changed that. Does it work on your side?
Let me see. I'm going to close some windows because I'm not sure which one it's recognizing.
Okay. And also to the chat, super chat, if you have any questions, please fire away with those questions. So obviously we'll then revert back. So while Christian is just setting up on his side, and also then Abdul's going to set up on his side afterwards in terms of security, the next step in education there. We have home.
Oh, it's asking me to restart, so I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. So we have home. Basically here, check out Farah 100x coin. Okay, so give us more information about that if you can. in the meantime, while Krishna's gone, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just show you what Simon did. So Simon's from our community, our RD community, and ultimately he created something really interesting to really provide value, because what happens sometimes is that, where is this here? Great stuff. So what basically happens here is that when we go to these early projects, because how we work, we see ourselves as early stage projects, so ventures. So we have a three-pronged attack. So for people that are here for the first time, let me give you a quick synopsis of what we're trying to do here. Grab a pen and paper and write this down. Number one, what we're doing here is we have the Rug Detectives. So the Rug Detectives, this is more the brand. We have Twitter over here, Rug Detectives, and our aim is to be able to look for potential scam artists, look for certain projects, and really help people along with the Rug Detective DeFi checklist, yes? And then we have RD Auditors. RD Auditors is a professional high-end auditing company where we basically help towards auditing smart contracts. We've done recently Woundly, which is a $1.5 billion market cap company. We've done Walt Finance, we've done BSC Starters, we've done Q Protocol, we're doing Swap Protocol. We've literally done probably about a good 40 projects at the moment. We are actually in a process. Within the next 10 days, we're going to launch our website, RD Auditors, with a sophisticated KYC platform, which will include photo. You can basically do a photo, live photo. You can upload documents via our platform. There's an SMS verification, database check. And the reason why we're doing this is because we're sticking to the same mandate of trying to clean up the whole DeFi system, space, right? So we're trying to go to these projects and say, listen, we're very interested in what you're doing. However, would you be interested in even being doxed or conducting a KYC with us? If people say no, it doesn't mean that it's a scam. But what we're trying to do is put an extra layer of security, right? So you have Ethereum, layer 1, layer 2. We're trying to do the same thing in terms of security and trust. And it then means that when we're vetting these projects from the Rug Detective side, that means that we can have a better opportunity of understanding what this project's doing, the trust, the confidence they have to reveal, and then also understand the tokenomics, other key metrics according to the specific sheet. And then we can be able to move forward. So by having a strong, engaged community that I believe we have the best community in the space. Everyone talks about Chainlink community. Personally, we don't have thousands of people within our community. But I promise you, we are as engaged and as strong and so together and have varied skill sets as like the Chainlink, the Link community. So what Simon basically did, before I pass this over to Krishna, what Simon basically did is he said, okay, we came together, butted heads and say, listen, how can we be able to really maximize the talent that we have, the unique talent that we have within the community? Because ultimately people in the community are not just there just to sit on their hands and just wait for a shill. That's not how we work. And I said this from day one. We basically want to put everyone together and people can be able to put down their skill sets. And then once an interesting project comes along, not only can we have the financial resources to back these early stage projects, not only can we do the smart contracts via RD Auditors, but we're then integrating the strong community to help them from marketing to brand awareness to cybersecurity, to content, to all these key areas that's extremely important for the growth of any new project. This is exactly what we've done with Walt Finance. I'm telling you, Walt Finance is $50 right now. That's 100x. And I don't care what anyone says, without the support of our community, personally, Walt Finance will not be where they are today. If you go to Gambit Protocol today, Gambit Protocol, phenomenal dev, amazing what they do in the community. But if you ask that dev today, that dev will say that at the start when they had 60 members in their community, we came in, we stormed that community and we helping to grow in terms of what they're doing. And this is continuing with DDS, continuing with BSC Starters. You go and ask the bar chef in terms of what happened. We audited their contracts. We helped to build that whole growth. And now they have like 7,000 followers. So we provide incredible value. So what Simon literally basically created here is, I'm going off on tangent always. I'm pumped up today. I don't know why. Sunday, I'm absolutely pumped. So basically created this spreadsheet which has the names, telegrams, all the details here, all the usernames, and then we have a selection in terms, I'm not going to obviously show all of the details here, but basically has information such as, let me even do this even better so people can't see, you know how people would try and take all these details and start sending them information. You know how crypto is. So basically what happens here is basically people have a list of all of the relevant social platforms, training groups, Telegram, and then skills to contribute, right? So we've got like market, this person can contribute market and fundamental research. Just want to make sure people can hear me. Yes, people can hear me. Good, we're absolutely flying here. Chase, homie, John, how's it going? Juraz, how's it going? So one can contribute pro trader in investment groups, intermediate level programming. Fantastic. Someone else can contribute. My team can help with audit and smart contracts. Amazing. One says legal background, research skills, legal extremely important, research skills, writing summaries, editing. Another one, scouting, low cap gems under 10 million with momentum and solid fundamentals. Another individual within our group, writing cryptocurrency articles, sounding like market psychology, writing based on target demographics. We keep going on. Promote in terms of hidden groups, social media, YouTube channels, financial analyst and background. Can help towards UI and UX testing, professional and software testing over the last 11 years, social media promoting of projects, engineering background, number crunching, researching new or existing projects, right? So this is the phenomenal skill sets. And then we also have a section in terms of the amount of hours that the specific individual can actually support. Here, 10 hours. What's this? Every week, right? 10 hours a week, 2 to 4, 8 to 10 hours, 7 hours, 5, 6, 10. Time zones. So I don't care what anyone's saying. We are the most engaged, the most thorough, the strongest skill set group in the space today. And we are absolutely flying. So please, for those that are in the group where there are blanks, please make sure if you do, again, there's no pressure, there's no stress. It's okay. If you don't want to, it's fine. Everyone has that, busy with family life and stuff like that. But if you do have, 20 minutes free every single month, please kindly just put down your skill sets and just say, listen, I can help. Even if you don't even have skill sets in these areas, there may be other skill sets that you might be able to help offline, right? It doesn't have to be online. There could be offline endeavors that you could be able to assist, because there's a lot of things we're doing in the background. So I hope that makes sense. This link is going to be sent again to our Telegram channel, and then to be able to move forward from there. Fine. Okay, so let's move on now. Krishna, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, great stuff. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pop over.
Yep. Can you see me? Or?
Yeah, just trying to see where this is. Okay, great stuff. So I've opened this up. I think I'm on yours. Great, I'm on yours now, so we can see your screen. So please, okay, Krishna, fire away. Can everyone hear Krishna? If you can, please type in yes.
Yep, all good. You guys can hear me? So, yeah, I'm Krishna from Australia. Don't sound Australian because I'm actually from Amsterdam, so but it's better here.
Amazing, amazing.
Life's good on the beach.
Tell me about it. I would love to be there right now.
Yeah. So basically, so what I did is, so basically, Candice made this little Excel sheet with the basic checklist checks, sort of, and so this is basically what people use to, well, what Ken would like us to use to, to go through the checklist and to make sure that there are no vulnerabilities or
Okay, Krishna, Krishna, can you be able to talk a bit louder because they can't hear you?
Oh, yeah, sure. Is this better?
Yeah, a little bit louder, please.
Yeah, this is the loudest
Okay,
thing.
good, good. That's
Let me
fine.
see if my maybe my mic can go up.
Yeah,
Let me see sound input. How's this better?
that's better. How about everyone else? Can you continue talking, Krishna? Let's see if they can hear you.
Yep, yep. Yeah. So this I think is loud as it goes. Basically, this is the checklist that Ken made, and yeah, this is what we should all be using to find those new little projects that are up and coming, maybe unlisted, maybe just about listed, and but we don't know too much about them. So what we need to do is we need to go through this checklist, make sure like check to have a nice website, is it professional, they have a Telegram, they have a Twitter account, is the product working yet, or just promising something, or is something live, whatever, what stage are they in, what are vulnerabilities, are they going to be able to rug pull, is there liquidity, is it locked or not, so all these kind of things, is there an audit being done, all these things we need to check. But what I figured is kind of looking at this Excel sheet is kind of daunting, because what you want to do is you want to copy this sheet into your own sheet, and then you want to kind of go through it, and yeah, the way it looks is a little bit daunting. And so what I did is I turned it into a Google form, and I think this form uh, will be sending it out to everybody in the Patreon group, and basically you can fill it out multiple times. Say you have you you you're doing a checklist on one project, you're done, you send it in, we chuck it in a database or something like that, and everybody in the Patreon group can basically see it. So if you want to know, you see a new coin listed, you want to know if we've already done a check on it, you check the database, and then you'll be able to read through what the check's been, and I assume Ken will go through it and check it, and make sure it's all, whatever still needs to be added, whether we're gonna like approve it, or we're gonna put it on the scam list or whatever, something like that. So it's easy. Basically, this only thing required here is the date. So basically, we're going 28 March 1. Fill in all your names, the project, token name, whatever, and your name is required. So Krishna, there we go. And then basically, you can read here, website, social media. You don't have to answer every question in the checklist, but the more thorough you do your due diligence, the better idea you can get of the legitimacy and future potential of the project. Website, check the website, fill in the link, check whether it's innovative. So basically, every question here, you can write down, um, every question that's in this original checklist is basically in here, except you don't have to ask yourself the question, it just gets asked for you. Um, so to have a medium, how's the content? You fill a little bit in, you go to the next page, LinkedIn, Reddit, next page. Is there a product? Yes, no, whatever. Add your comments. And on every section, there's a little bit of information that you should probably be reading, a little bit of guidance. Yeah, has it been a pre-sale? I don't know. Just goes through the whole thing. I don't know. Is that enough for you, Ken? Or
No, that's absolutely amazing.
yeah,
So basically, once they do that, it goes through the stage, and all of them are optional, right? As well, yes. So they don't have to complete the
uh,
whole thing.
yeah. Almost everything is optional except like a date and your name. That's basically it.
Okay, great stuff. And then
Okay.
basically, once it's submitted, where does it go to?
checklist dot rugdetectives@gmail.com. And then I think the next step for us is basically to yeah, we could like create some kind of crawler or something to chuck it into an SQL database or something like that. That's kind of the idea I have about it. Um, yeah, that's kind of the next step. But it all arrives in the email, and then I guess we'll publish it for everybody in one way or another.
No, no, this is absolutely fantastic because what can then happen is people will have the checklist that they can just go through, but then they
Yep.
can just have this template. So when they're really interested in going through a project that they want to take a look further or deep dive, they can just fill this out, and then they could
Yep.
submit it so they can review it themselves, and then we can also review it. And then also it's for those that are interested who may not even be part of our community but are really interested in, because we get a lot of messages via email, right, and YouTube, and can you take a look at this, can you take a look at that, but there's thousands of projects to take a look. So
Yep.
now the aim is to say, okay, yes, fine, we'll take a look, but we want you to do a little bit of work as well to
Yep.
help us,
Yep.
right? Because we don't want to
Yep.
start going through this whole process. Time, it's all about opportunity costs at the moment. So if you help us to go through
Exactly. And
it, yeah, go for
I
it.
also think that there could be people in our group, there probably are plenty of people in our group that just want to go through these checklists. So they see some new things, or that's probably what they're doing all day already.
Absolutely agree.
Checking it out. But what you do is you go and check something out and then you kind of forget about it because you haven't filled it in a checklist. So basically, everybody in the group that's kind of interested in doing this kind of checklist thing, they should just get engaged in this and then fill up our database. And then all you have to do is if you like, oh, remember that point, check the database. You know, what did we say about it again? Or what did somebody else say about it again? Or is it already checked
Good,
or
no,
not?
good idea. So my question would be to Abdul. Are you there, Abdul? Maybe a way, in addition to what you said, Krishna, is how we can also have not just to the database, but also somehow connected to Discord, because we're also working on, Abdul's going to work on the Discord aspect, and how
Yep.
maybe once it's submitted, it somehow's connected to one of the channels in Discord under new submissions. Yes, Abdul, is
Yep.
there a way of integrating that?
Well, yeah, so if we use webhooks, depending on which source we're gonna ship the lists from, then it should be possible. But further details needs to be discussed. But in theory, it's definitely doable. It can just be automated once that someone submits a checklist, and then we do the reviews. We just push it to a specific channel in Discord, and then it will be visible to our members there.
Okay, great. And also, Krishna, how about, because obviously once they do it the first time looking at a project, but then they need to find out more information about the tokenomics. Is there a way that they can go back and edit that same document? I.e.,
Yeah, so
it's sent
I've
out
set
to
the
not just
permissions.
our email address, but also sent out to their email address, or a way that they can edit it, yes?
If you've filled it out, so it's been because you're in the Patreon group, so we sent it to you. You filled it out. You sent it back from your email address. You'll be able to go back in, set the permissions. So whichever one you've worked on, you'll be able to come back in and edit. But if you want to edit somebody else's, I'm not sure how that's going to work yet. If that's what we want to do or not.
Okay, and there's a question here from um, Harry Christian basically said, can multiple people add more details on every aspect? So what we're seeing now is that there might be a nice, interesting project that 3 or 4 people are talking about, right? So could they come together as a collective to really share information within that one specific doc?
Yeah, not right now, but I guess that could be sort of in the future. What they were going to be working on that app that they'll kind of have like access through their wallet, because I guess you kind of have to limit. You can't just let everybody go and everything because it will be a mess, you know. Because people can edit something that somebody else has
That's
added.
true.
They can,
That's true.
so yeah, it could become a bit messy. So we'll kind of have to look into how we want to do that, where we want to give permission, where we want to not give permission kind of thing.
Okay, cool. And this is something that we can look at part of the RD token that we'll be working on in terms of access points and permissions and things that people can use. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. Is there anything else that you want to add on this point? I think it's absolutely fantastic work that you've done. You spent a lot of time on it. We really appreciate it.
Cheers. No, I think so. All good from my side. If anybody has any more questions, but otherwise, yeah.
Okay, any questions from the group for a couple of minutes, and then we'll then crack on. Let's see here. Okay, I think it will be good also, Krishna, if you then could send it to the Telegram, and then I'll pin it, and also for the announcement so people can start cracking on with that. It's really good,
sure.
really good.
We can talk about how to do that after.
Sure,
after this
sure. Okay, cool. Krishna, absolute pleasure. Really appreciate it. Keep up the fantastic work.
Cheers, man.
Great stuff.
Happy to help.
No problem. Really appreciate it. Abdul, you there?
Yeah. Everyone can hear me clearly.
Great stuff. Yeah. Can everyone hear Abdul clearly? Type in yes, please, or no. Okay, Abdul, if you say something again, just keep talking, and they'll say if they can hear you or not.
Let's see if Ken approves that everyone can hear me clearly, so I can proceed.
Okay, yes, he can hear you. So yeah, please continue.
I think previously we talked so a little bit about me. I'm a DevOps engineer based in Vienna, and I've been in the crypto space for 3.5 years, mainly concerned about technology, blockchain, and security aspects. It's so, as you know, Ken, it's still not fully mature, but at the same time, a lot of people neglect the security aspect of it. And we've talked in a previous video about if you are an investor, that it's necessary to have your assets stored in a cold wallet. And we discussed Ledger at the time with the benefits that you have your own private keys, it's offline, and you have extra security with the two-factor authentication and easy backup and so on. So I'm going to try to provide as much details as possible about security today. One thing I would like to point out is, in general, we've got a lot of questions recently in the Telegram from the community, and also it's an existing question out there. Do I need to separate my crypto activities from my user in general? And meaning that you have to do another user on your laptop or PC. And I would say definitely, why not? It's better. It's cleaner, and it gives you a better overview of what you're doing, and you minimize the risk of just opening random sites, and you keep it specific. So it's highly appreciated for yourself if you actually go for having an own user just for crypto specific stuff. Like for me here, it's anyway for testing today, but I do have my own test user for the rug detectives, where I only do crypto related stuff.
Very good,
Yes.
very good, very good. So, is there anything that you want to share with us on the screen?
So, what I have done is I actually have already pre-installed the Ledger Live, which is as the software that connects the ledger. It's the management area for the ledger, and you have three different versions of the ledger. You have the Ledger Nano S, the Ledger Nano X, and the Ledger Blue. And here I already set up a password so that you don't have direct access to it, but anyway, it's useless if you don't have the ledger connected through a USB. And here again, I'm using password safe, and this password safe is nothing but a local database that stores my passwords for different accounts. And here for testing, actually, I only keep it crypto specific for our tutorial today. And you would have this master password where I'm gonna just try to enter it correctly. So here we go. Again, for me here also for a tutorial in general and 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 in general I just put abbreviations for my accounts. I never put the full title. So here this is like Ledger Nano S, and I just take the password, put it here, and I already have access to the Ledger Live. I hope it's visible to everyone. So, going to settings, I would actually just quickly try to show how to add a ledger. And in here, if you get started, you can actually change the language to French, Russian, or Spanish. Not the best set, you can have more, but it's good for now. And if you get started, you have many options between the different ledgers. I choose Nano X for me for now, and you have more than one option again, whether it's the first time you just got it shipped, or whether it's an existing one and you just want to add, and in case you just want to check if it's a legit Ledger Nano or not, it just checks against the database of serial numbers to make sure it is what it is. So if, for example, maybe you get it from eBay or somewhere else, you have no guarantees that it has not been modified. And for that, actually, you need to go to the official website and order it from there. And again, I would highly advise that when you always go to a specific website, if you know it's the actual one, just try to bookmark it so that in case you lose it in the future by clearing the cache, or even if you just avoid searching for it in Google because there is a lot of spam campaigns there, and just stick to the official source, to be honest. So again, if you want to just quickly try, I've already pre-set up my ledger, but just to briefly show, it gives you a wizard where you have a step-by-step. It tells you everything that you need to know about the setup, and it even gives you a brief um, information about why you're doing that. So here it's just saying that, yeah, you need to have your private key. It's obvious because a lot of people think that if they store their assets on the exchange, it's safe, but not all of the exchanges have wallets, for example. I know a few that have, like Coinbase and Crypto.com, but the rest not necessarily. So it's anyway, if you're an investor or trader, it's better for your own sake to have them stored in a wallet, not on an exchange. And if it's a cold wallet, it would be even better.
Very good, very good. And how would you deal with the aspect of, because right now we're going through a bullish market, and yes, those that may be holding positions in the BTCs of the world, the Ethereum world, may not be in and out. Are there any recommendations in terms of the movement? Because some people are saying, okay, even though I might want to just trade, so I'm not really like a long-term momentum player, but I'm like a trader where I might enter 3 or 4 times, but I don't trust it on exchange. Is this something where you recommend for them to move it to the ledger, move it again to close a position, then move it again on and off, or what?
And how frequent they do the trading activities. But if it's an investment, I would assume for a couple months or longer, it's definitely advisable to just move it to Ledger or Trezor. and you have many hardware wallets out there, but those are the well-known in the space. They have been there for a while, like more than 4 years, I would assume, both of them. And I mean, here for just showing, let me show how you can add an account. I just need to access my ledger.
Okay. Can everyone see the screen okay, by the way? Just wanted to... Oh. Can everyone see the screen okay, by the way? If you can, please type in yes. Just want to make sure. Okay, cool. Vittorio, what's up? Jim, what's up? Inigo, what's up? Adam, what's going on? Krish, cool.
So yes, assuming that you have, I don't know, a large position, and this is relative to everyone. Let's say I'm assuming someone would have 1 Bitcoin, and then they would like to store it somewhere offline. And in my case, let's say I'm just using a ledger. I would first try to check if the protocol is actually supported from the exchange when I want to add it to the ledger, because you have more than 1 protocol. And again, I would send it in multiple transactions. I would not do it at once, especially like you have some exchanges where you have no guarantees when it's going to arrive, and you don't want to be stressed. Like, I don't know, it has happened to a lot of people with Binance, where you have to withdraw and then you wait for a couple hours and you don't know what's happening. So, and of course, you need to test in the beginning. Just send a very small portion to make sure that this is actually working. And here, if I try to do it, I would just add an account. Here, I'm just choosing Bitcoin. And then if I continue, it just tells me that I need to open the application. I've installed it already. And you can do the installation by going to the manager tab, if you can see it here on the left side. And then now this is already existing, so I have a sum here, and you have those 2 new ones. It's giving me 2 options between SegWit and native SegWit. Native SegWit is the newer one with the lower fees and like less data, so you can squeeze more.
Abdul, could you just raise your voice? Because Romy just basically, hi Romy, just said that he or she can't hear you. Hello? Are you there? Okay, he's just, Abdul's just trying to set things up. Hopefully it should be better. Okay, a bit blurry. Okay, Abdul, I think you've gone off there. I will join. Okay, just going to rejoin. Fine. Does anyone have any questions while he rejoins the group? Anything in terms of, so I was taking a look at Swirl Cash earlier, just so that everyone's aware, tomorrow there'll be an announcement tomorrow of the second launch pad, or the second project on Walt Finance's launch pad. So that announcement will be made tomorrow with a view to, I think, a week later, it will be listed, I think, on PancakeSwap. So pretty interesting project, well needed in the space right now, I must say. So we'll all find out very soon. No recommendations, not financial advice, but just give me a heads up with what's happening. And then during the course of the week, we're working on some other projects in terms of early hidden gems. So obviously we have a research team that's doing the best. Did I miss? No. You haven't missed any new projects. Don't worry about that. So we'll obviously let the RD family know first what's happening. What we tend to do anyway is, really give the heads up to the community first in terms of any project. Fun enough, even like Swirl Cash, even Walt Finance, I don't even think I did any project reviews about them before we actually got into the trade. So everyone always says, oh, Ken, why are you shilling? Well, I'm not shilling. What I basically do is I give everyone a heads up first by literally adding the opportunity in the VIP section, right? Due diligence of what we're looking at. And then if there's a trading opportunity, we get in. So that's in essence how we work. But anyway, the information that you may have missed out on, Ro, this is recorded, so you can be able to take a look when you get a chance. Abdul, are you there? Okay. Does anyone have any questions anyway? It's incredible how time flies. It's already on my time. Is that right? 10:53. The time's changed today, right? So it shows 9:53. So we've got like about 10 minutes to go. If we can't get Abdul on, then I will basically just continue. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions about any projects or things to look at? I think I'll do a review later today. Maybe a couple, because I've really slightly been behind the ball on project reviews of late because there's just too much going on. So I'm going to try and do one or two within the next 24 hours to catch up in projects. And if there are any questions, please let me know. So Harry Krishna basically says, okay, we need to buy more Walt. Again, I'm not giving any financial advice. However, if you take a look at statistics and what Walt Finance is doing, it's at $48 roughly. From where they started, it's just been a nice trajectory to the upside. Steady growth, strong team. Yes, I help out with the team. I provide as much value to the team. So what? If I'm invested in a project, I'll do everything I can. Like, you go and ask, what's this guy's name? You go and ask, Crunchbase. You go and ask Jason. Let's pull up his name. Jason Calacanis. He's an early stage investor. I don't know if you heard of him before. He was one of the first few investors in Uber and also Calm.com. He has something called Launch Accelerator, and he has This Week in Startups on YouTube. So he has made over 369 investments, and his most notable ones have been Uber, Calm.com, and so on and so forth. So if you ask him, does he just invest and not shill his actual project he's invested in? He's going to say, hell yes, he gets involved. He's talking about them. He's bringing them on board to do AMAs, to do any shows, any conferences. He's spreading the word via Twitter. So this is what you want to do to be able to help and support any project, right? And this is the reason why I love what we're doing as a community in terms of the value proposition that we're building. I love what we're doing in terms of the new template that Krishna has created, that Simon has created, that Abdul's doing as security. We're all doing it as a team, working towards a long-term direction of becoming the best in class in terms of early stage VC, quote, grassroots community, best in class of auditors, best in class of brand. No one's going to stop us right now. So this is the whole process of what we're looking at. Let me see if there are any questions here. Okay, so are you there, Abdul?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
so yeah, that's much better. Can everyone hear him? There's a question from Vittorio, basically said, what is the difference what is the difference between native and SegWit Bitcoin on the Nano X, if you know?
So we had a legacy protocol in the past, and then after that, the next generation was SegWit, and then we had native SegWit, and that is because of the increasing demand for Bitcoin and the price was rising. Then we had to have a way to have more transactions and less fees. And for that, there was this SegWit upgrade, which was a soft fork. And then we had the SegWit native, which is an improvement of SegWit, where you would have even less data, so you can squeeze more blocks in, or more transactions actually in one block, and you would have less fees, if that explains.
Does that answer your question there, Vittorio? Okay, still saying that. You're actually louder, Abdul. I can hear you, but Ro can't.
I think there was a problem with my AirPods. For some reason, they were not anymore
Okay,
amplifying. So
that's fine.
I had to just impair them.
Okay, any more questions from a security aspect? I know we only got a couple of minutes to go. We have a question here. Rose says, first dibs on RD token. Yeah. Listen, we're going to work out a structure which basically compensates, supports all of the early individuals. So everyone, us, collectively, everyone's part of the group now in terms of the RD token. And it'll come from a quite uniqueness because it's not going to be like a launch pad, that launch pad you see all the time. We're going to have quite uniqueness in terms of what hasn't been done so far. So it will be an aspect of having access to the token will enable you to get access essentially to early stage projects. You'll be kept in touch in terms of insights of what's going on, communication with the dev team, with the CMO and so the CEO, so on and so forth. AMAs with the founder, for example, all the stuff that we're doing. Then there'll be regular education in like security. We haven't even touched on technical analysis, fundamental analysis, risk management, looking at the macro view. There's so many areas that we need to look. So this is the educational aspect. And then also adding to the auditing aspect. So basically projects, people that might be interested in creating their own project will be able to then do an audit at some form of a structure that we need to look at. So ultimately, this is like the go-to place. Then you'll have like the templates of the checklists, and will be a go-to place where people go to. And essentially, we'll get to a point where we want, a large proportion of the space to hold this token because I have access to this type of information, right? And then we'll have this type of union with people to be able to come in who may have other, let's say, well-known individuals in the space, from auditing, from early stage VCs to well-known educators, to be able to come in and contribute towards the whole process. Because we want it to be this open source type scenario, but we also want to ensure that there's like a governance type scenario in terms of the voting. So we're just working on the mechanics as we speak, but this is something that I really want to get within the next 4 to 6 weeks, essentially. I just want to get the RD Auditors website up, the KYC up, and then I'm all out focusing on the RD token. So I hope that's answered the questions. Abdul, is there anything else that you want to touch on?
Yeah, sadly that we didn't have much time and there was this interruption, but also I think with the new Discord we will have a security channel.
Good.
Where we can give people more education and feedback and assist them if they need. And also I think the community themselves would be engaged in that, so in case they can help each other in case we're absent because of a lot of stuff that we need to do. But yeah, I would assume interesting times ahead. I really think that the user is his own worst enemy. So really, I hope that everyone pays attention and tries to be safe out there because a lot of scam is happening. And really, I mean, I see people many times just discussing that, hey, I bought a huge bag of this, hey, I have this amount, and so on. Just try to be aware and not share too much details, and I think you already would be safe.
Of course, of course. No, really appreciate it again, you know, in terms of the value providing. So, okay, I think it's been quite informative. Obviously, we had some slight breakdowns during the hour. However, we'll improve on these areas. We want to be doing this. The last time we did this, Abdul, was what, 2 weeks ago, was it? Or 3 weeks ago now? Can't remember.
It was 2 weeks, actually.
2 weeks, okay.
To the public.
Yeah, so we like to do like more like, you know, twice bi-weekly, you know, twice a month if we can. Keep this going and then really start doing more live streams as well as you really start ramping up. We hopefully will have this Discord structure set up because I think it's been quite fragmented on Telegram. I think maybe it'll be good to have the Telegram open still, announcement open, but just a go-to place will be Discord, as Abdul alluded to, having the security aspect, having a channel for hidden gems, another channel for specific projects. So people can say, okay, I want to know updates on what's happening with Walt Finance or Swirl or Gambit. So instead of them going through just one specific thread and like getting tired of it, they can just go click on one specific channel which has the specific information there. So I think that's the next step in our whole process. So good. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I really appreciate the time. As always, I know it's Sunday, so everyone wants to spend time with their family. So we'll crack on. I'll keep you posted with developments on our side. And thank you and have a great rest of the day. Thank you. Bye-bye.